us to our topic. So wedding planning for every budget is our topic. But let me introduce my guest so that we get straight into the conversation, because Charlie, yeah, but I have with me Mr. Elvis Amo. Okay, Mr. Elvis Amo. Let me just.
If I mention my name, you have to mention it in full.
Okay, so
it's Amo Japan.
A Japan.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a Japan. It's the same thing. Oh, okay. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you are a guest for today, and I had, a prior conversation with you about events planning. Now, let's start with the basics. Okay. Events planning. How did you even end up as an events planner? What motivated you or inspired you?
So I think for me, event is a way of expression. Like it's the way I express myself. So what we do with events is you manage expectations of people and you allow people to have fun. I've enjoyed organizing, putting things together, making sure that everything is seamless wherever I am. When people are able to rely on me and all that. So through that, when I was in senior high school, we got into entertainment. We were organizing parties, and it came up. So at a point, you realize that this could be monetized. We could create experiences for people, and we just made it into a business.
So I can also say that every organizer can be an events planner.
Not necessarily. So events it has its own details. Like the major thing about events are what we call the details, the fine details. If you are not able to pick up on those things, you would end up ruining people's day. And like I told you before in our earlier conversation, there's a difference between event planning and event management. So if you are planning, you are projecting the expectations and experiences of people, and you build a plan to fit into that expectation. When you are managing the event, what you do is to make sure that what we put on paper is translated into real life. So that is where a lot of people make the mistake where, you have a fine event plan, but when it comes to the management, we are overwhelmed, we overlook certain things, and there are lapses. So yes, it's very, very important that you pay attention to details.
Right. So can you share with us one of your, most memorable events you put together?
So I did an award show when I was in Cape Coast. I lived in Cape Coast for a while. So I think the last year I lived in Cape Coast, the SRC was organizing an award show, and it was was a very, very interesting program. So we wanted to fuse it with comedy at the same time and music. So we had the fire service band in Cape Coast. We had Obi and Ponsa. We had Lexi. They came all the way to Cape Coast, and it was great because at the end of the day, people were having fun. Everyone was on their feet dancing, and it was great. And then last year, a friend of mine came from the UK to get married. Like I said, I'm a proper events planner, but I don't really do a lot of weddings, but I can do weddings. So we helped put together the concept for the wedding, and then getting there that day, seeing everything happen as we spoke about was really, really a great feeling for me.
Wow. Now let's talk about challenges. With every week, I know there is a challenge. So what are your challenges as an events planner?
So when you're doing events, you need people. You need to rely on people, because one person can't run the show. And that is the mistake a lot of people make. We tend to try to run